Tonight, Duke and I are gonna eat and drink like Jose Jaleo. Come join us. Totally a last minute decision because I don't even have any of my gear. We wanted to come check out Disney Springs. We wanted to relax and just enjoy the atmosphere. And we were like, let's check out Jaleo. We love Spanish food. And then we started looking at the menu and we saw this thing. And it's the chef's recommendation, like tasting menu. And it's just like this whole shebang that includes not only 6 courses with several bites, but it also includes a wine pairing for each one of those courses. D20 roll, how excited are you now to try this?
Excited? Oh yeah, no, we've rolled a natural 20 on excitement. Like there's no doubt. I am excited for this. We love wines, we love Spanish wines, we love food. This seems like something that's just right up our alley, and I'm ready to go.
There was a cheese menu.
It was like, yes.
Oh yeah.
Thank you so much.
We have Iberico ham, which is hard to get your hands on and expensive. And caviar, which we all know is expensive. Oh my God, that looks amazing.
She also brought us a cherry wine that she says is paired, of course, perfectly with the Iberico ham. So cheers.
To new experiences.
To new experiences.
Experiencing fun things.
Oh, wow. Oh my gosh. Okay. She said cherry wine, and I was thinking to myself, oh my goodness, is it going to be sweet to pair with like a salty? This is like bright and dry and sharp, but it's like you get all the aromatic flavors of a dark cherry, but not the richness. I don't know if that makes any sense. You can smell it. It's all over the nose. I love this. I would drink the entire bottle. I think this rolls like a 17. This is good.
I agree, 17. It is an unusually earthy and unusually rich white wine. Like, I expect those flavors from a red.
Yeah, for sure. So think like an amuse bouche. We're supposed to wrap this up in one bite. This is what is amazing about food. It's not that you get to eat all these incredible things. It's not that you eat to feel full. It's that you eat to savor, to enjoy, and to see how something as simple as that bite can completely change the profile of this wine.
That was a 19.
That was incredible.
That was amazing. The salty sea flavor you get from the seaweed with that like richness from the Iberico ham, and then you throw in more of that salty like sea flavor that you get from, oh my God, that was a 19. And that's only because you and I agree you can't ever really roll a 20, but we're getting close here.
I don't know that I'm gonna say it's a 19 yet. I think he's getting a little excited because we have so much more to taste. I'm gonna roll it at 18 just for now, but this is incredible. We have enjoyed Paolo a couple of times aboard the Disney Fantasy, as well as the Remy experience with wine pairing. So we're kind of looking at this and comparing like how is this going to be similar and how is it going to be different. Our second course is here. This is an olive amuse bouche. So we're actually supposed to put this in our mouth and let it pop on the roof of our mouth to cleanse the palate. Then we are going to follow it with this tuna tartare bite, followed by this
Chorizo and
goat cheese and honey.
Goat cheese.
Yes, a bite.
Wow. Yeah, liquid olive. That was really good.
If you like olives, you're gonna be very happy. So good. Interesting kind of sensation because this like gelatin on the outside just pops with like the most delicate of touch, and you're just met with this liquid olive flavor that just coats the roof of your mouth and your tongue. That was, I would eat like 5 of those. Tuna tartare bites. Woo!
Completely changes it again.
I don't even know what that was. There's no cherry in it. It's still delicious, but it's not the same.
That's really good.
It's a delicious food. And I'm being grateful for every delectable bite.
Cheers to that.
He's pondering this one more than the tartare. Oh, never mind.
Does not have the heat of chorizo.
Oh my goodness. If you are in the business of finding food to feel full, to be satisfied, please don't do this.
No.
This is for foodies. This is for people who want to savor, really feel all the flavors, get the whole mouth feel for what they're enjoying and what they're savoring. That is what this is. That tuna tartare was creamy and unctuous, and then the wrap on that had just like this nice little crisp. It was so delicious. I think of the two, that would actually be my favorite, but we're talking about like picking amongst favorites, because the chorizo, and you have like the savory saltiness of the chorizo mixed with the extreme creaminess and tang of the goat cheese, and then like the sweetness of that honeycomb, and then the crisp. It's all so good.
That was fantastic.
So well balanced and so flavorful.
Those are 18s and 19s. Like the flavor that you get, I agree. I think the tuna was a little bit better for me, personal choice. But yeah, I would say 18 on the chorizo, 19 on the tuna. Combining with the wine, yeah, that was really good.
Yeah. We have received our second glass. This is a Jacquelina grape wine. This is more coastal, has notes of green apple and passion fruit, and I have to tell you, I took a sip before I showed you. It's really good. It's just like bright and tart, and there's like this passion fruit like note that comes through the end. It's not very sweet at all, but it's well balanced and it's very bright. The whole tasting experience goes from like lighter to richer and heavier, so it would make sense that the first wine we had was lighter. This is still a light, crisp wine, but you can definitely taste that there's more body in it, which I'm really loving. I think that if that first wine rolls like a 16, I can't remember if I rolled it, I would say this rolls a good 17. This is a very delicious wine. She did say this goes for our next 3 bites, so sadly I have to make it sit here for a minute.
It's really a good wine. It's bright, it's perfect, and since we believe it's going to be a seafood course, this will fit perfectly. Chips with mussels and paprika. I forget what he said was underneath, but there's anchovy on top.
Tuna with the olive oil.
Yeah.
Okay, a small little downfall, and this is like very small. It can be very difficult to hear what they're saying because the atmosphere is so loud. It's probably hard to hear us. Again, last minute decision, so we didn't bring even like the standard equipment or mics. But we just thought we would share this experience because it looks incredible, and so far it is incredible. So we did get a couple of things that look like a kind of fritter. This one I know has a kind of codfish in it, she said, but the other is chicken. Okay. So then this delectable bite is very soft. I just squished it with my finger accidentally, but it's chicken inside. We'll have to tell you more about how it tastes when we take a bite. It was recommended to start with the mussels because the Jaleo chip that the mussel is sitting upon can get a little bit soggy, so we're going to start with those first. That bite was incredibly like crispy, but like buttery, unctuous, and then smoky, but like not smoky in a bad way, just like bright and smoky.
Good. Good.
Under the anchovy is a piquillo pepper that she said is cooked, and it takes 4 to 5 hours to prepare. She said we get to have it again later with a goat cheese. I'm very excited. I love goat cheese, and I love the idea of a sweet and robust pepper. Oh my gosh, that just expands that mussel flavor. That is so good.
The mussels are soft and they're not very strong. But when you have a little bit of the wine with it, it brings them out more and it really adds the flavor. Really good.
It's very fishy.
Very fishy because anchovies. So if you do not like that flavor, this will not be for you. But I will say something very interesting. I found that the wine leveled out. Like it helped to level out the fishy flavor that comes with the anchovies. That's very interesting.
That's really good.
He's a very happy individual. Look at his face. He just started doing a happy dance. Oh my god. There's this really lovely balance between the salt and the richness of the oil that's with that tuna. He just drank it with the wine. The thing about this bite that is so perfect, the cut of this fish is very soft, it's very delicate. It has the oil that helps give it this unctuous, rich texture and just really bring out that flavor in the fish. But then it has this really nice balance of salt and then the ancho chili on top. And then to finish, you get that brightness of the cracked black pepper. This is such a simplistic bite that is done. It is executed just perfectly. Yeah, absolutely. And then with the wine, of course, it's just
Puts it over the top.
puts it over the top. He's correct. Look at the inside of this fritter. Do you see how delicate and light the outside is? This crust on this fritter is very, very light. That means that it is very soft but crispy in texture. I haven't even tasted it yet, but I'm telling you, this is going to be a beautiful fritter because it is completely filled and it is delicious looking. But this thin exterior, it means that it's not over-coated in breading. Did you try it with the sauce or without it first?
Without it first. That's like a perfect crab cake.
Very lovely. It feels a little bit heavy on the salt, just on its own. But everyone has different salt tolerances, so that might not be your thing. But Duke did say that that tempts down with the sauce. So let's try that.
You know what I'm saying?
Pairing this with the wine, which is a very green apple, effervescent, bright wine. When you taste something that's fried, it has this other texture, this richness to it because of the nature of the cooking. That wine brightens it, adds balance, and even kind of acts as a little bit of just like a palate cleanser. It's really incredible. Now we're gonna try the chicken croquettes.
That is soft.
Oh my gosh. That is the creamiest, softest thing that's been fried that I've ever tasted.
I've never had chicken like that.
Wow, that is so, but I mean, the chicken flavor is very pronounced. So it's very crispy on the outside. The inside is almost like a softened butter. It's just smooth, rich chicken. Very chicken forward. You still get a lot of that flavor in it.
The last croquette was very seafood forward. This one's very chicken.
It's very chicken forward. Yes, absolutely. Oh my goodness. Oh my God.
Oh yeah.
That butter made it.
Well, they're really tough. Yeah.
I don't know how else to say it. This is what we love about trying new foods. We love to savor and sample and just see what people come up with. That incredibly unctuous and rich chicken with like that honey butter bechamel. It was so good. But then you take the brightness of that green apple effervescent wine.
And it cuts through the richness that you get from the fried food. It just right through it, and you're clean.
This is an endive that's set inside of romaine lettuce, and it has a goat cheese, a little bit of orange, some toasted almonds, and it looks like a little bit of chive on top. What do you think, love? How many times are you going to make that face tonight?
Multiple. It's refreshing. When you bite this, it completely cuts through everything you just had, and it's a completely fresh palate. This is the ultimate palate. Even more than when we had the olive. Because the olive left that brininess. This is just clean. You're done.
I love this. I agree with Duke. This is definitely an incredible palate cleanser. You have like the sharpness from the actual endive and then the orange itself, but then like there's this cherry dressing that goes in there that helps to kind of elevate and add some more brightness. But then you have the creamy and the tang from the goat cheese. It is a really refreshing bite for sure. All right, we have a Spanish Pinot Noir to go with our roasted peppers and goat cheese. Now these are the same peppers we had earlier, but served a different way. There's these pea greens on top, but I do need to ask her what the sauce is because that looks delicious.
So soft. I'm trying to find words. My brain is going, good, delicious, yummy. That's all I'm getting.
We're laughing because we feel like we just keep making the same like, oh my gosh face.
Wow.
It's like roasted red pepper sauce with the goat cheese, a little bit of brightness from the pea greens, like, and then you have all of that unctuous cheese. This experience is incredible. Every time, gotta check the wine. We've been trying to do our best to take a bite of whatever it is we're tasting, see what that experience is like before we add the wine. Then on the second bite, we're pairing it with the wine so we can see how it gets changed. This is a Spanish Pinot Noir in effect, so it's very rich, full body, but it's not uber heavy. It's not super high on the tannins, but the body and the earthiness of this wine pairs so beautifully with this cheese.
Finger potatoes, confit tomatoes. The same sauce from the piquillo peppers that we had before, which is just piquillo peppers and olive oil and salt.
That's really good.
If you are not a fan of calamari and that texture, this is not going to be for you. Charred octopus definitely has a lot of that same texture as a calamari would. The tomato, it's so tomato forward because of that particular confit element. It's really robust in flavor. It pairs really well with the red wine, which makes sense because it's a very full flavored bite with a full flavored wine. So far, this is probably going to be at the bottom of what we are picking as favorites. It's not that it's not good, it's just not our favorite. We have our next glass of wine, which is a Tempranillo Grenache, and what did you say? Graciano. I will say we had a nice little toast about partnership and lovey-doveyness when we tinged, and then we tasted it because Tempranillo is one of actually our favorite wines. This definitely has that full body of a Tempranillo, of a red wine. The tannins are low, so you don't get that like heavy leathery feel on your tongue, but it does have an interesting subtle sweetness to it on the very finish, which will be really interesting to go with our pork and our fried potatoes.
It is so good.
It's so buttery, and honestly, I'm so tired because we've been relocating this week. So we've been spending our days like unloading a truck and unloading boxes and moving boxes and putting things together and putting things away. We're so tired. So all this wine and this really great food is just kind of like battery draining. Uh-oh, he's telling me I have to try it with the salsa verde that's over here. Ooh, it looks beautiful. Sweet mother of monkey milk. That is like the best bite. Oh my gosh.
Pork is insanely good. Pork with salsa verde. Ridiculously good. With like a mustard, honey, I don't even know what, is just, it's everything in the bite. It is so good.
I actually prefer the herbiness of the salsa verde. This pork is amazing. We haven't even touched the potatoes yet. We've just been like, meat.
The potatoes are good. They've got a lot of smokiness. They've got that sort of deep, rich flavor that has been pretty common throughout most of this. But honestly, if the pork rolls an 18 or 19, the potatoes roll a 14 or 15.
I would agree.
They're good. They're probably some of the best fried potatoes I've had in a while. But they're not anything like the pork.
We're sitting here and we're raving about the pork. The potatoes aren't bad. They're very tasty, but they're potatoes. And we're just really loving on this pork. And Duke's like, man, I'm telling you, it's like this Iberico pork is like the Wagyu of beef. Guess what it is? I have terrible news. Like the worst. Our server moved us because it's been really hot over there. Now I have to sit by him. He was doing the math. Please share with us the math of the wine you've been drinking.
So in theory, every glass we've had is 2 ounces. I think we've had 5. We're going on a 6th. That, since a normal glass of wine is about 6 ounces, that equates to 3 glasses of wine each. We went to Wine Bar George first. She had 1, I had 2. So that puts me at 5 glasses of wine and her at 4 glasses of wine. And since every bottle should roughly give you 4 glasses of wine, she's a bottle in and I'm a bottle and change it.
Wine is good. Our last wine is a cherry wine, a fortified wine. It's very reminiscent of the first wine. It reminds me of the first one, but just like heavier and richer.
It smells like a port.
It does smell like a port. Cheers Cheers again, just like sweet. Oh, wow. That is so rich. It is sweeter. It's like a port, but it's like a light port.
Really high sugar content. Legs on this are crazy. Definitely reminiscent of a port. Definitely like a tawny port. Got that richness. Got that raisin and cherry flavor. So yeah, this is definitely a dessert wine that I can get behind because it's not just sugar.
On that note, we also ordered some espresso to go with our dessert, just to make sure we're good to go. Perfection, and like the best way to end the night. I'm actually, now that I keep thinking about it, I'm really excited about the espresso, but I love coffee. We have flan, I'm so happy. Okay, but the flan is actually a gift for the table. There are these delectable cones. So it's cocoa on the top with apples and pears. She says it tastes like guava. And then we have an olive oil ice cream with like this grapefruit, like, it's like ice. I don't even know how else to describe it. It looks really refreshing. And then she brought us flan. Flan is seriously one of my favorite things because I'm not a chocolate like first person. I am a custard, cream, berry, tropical, anything like that. Chocolate is of the last on my list.
Unless I'm drinking whiskey, I agree.
Okay, yes, I wholeheartedly agree with that.
The recipe of Jaleo's like mother or grandmother, and it like 20-year-old, like it's been there for 20 years plus. I mean,
that makes my heart so happy.
Yeah.
We have to cheers with our cones. Okay, I've had wine.
Okay. We're grateful for that. Those cones, I don't care what's in them. Everything we've had in those cones has been amazing. Also, not for nothing, the beginning of that tasting, we were photobombed by our server.
I love it.
She's been amazing.
She's been so
She has
amazing.
been unbelievably good.
Please, shout out to Winnie. Please give her all the commendations. She's been incredibly kind and diligent, and she shares all the flavor profiles. She's been amazing. The food is, I get it. The food is the experience. She has made this experience an experience.
Yep.
Those cones. Yes, you have this tang from the apple and pear, and I get what she means by kind of like a guava-ish flavor. It's very, very tangy. That chocolate is super rich. So then you have that super sharp, like think like having a bite of dark chocolate, and then putting a bite of something super tangy that's a fruit with it, and you have like this strong juxtaposition in your flavoring. And then you take a sip of this deliciousness, and it just like brings it all together in one happy family. What did you think of that?
That was delightful. It was so good. You think of chocolate ganache, you think heavy, you think dense, you think. I mean, a ganache doesn't supposed to be dense, but you get that flavor that's dense.
For sure.
And this was just light and soft and bright, but still heavily chocolate, which is just really good.
We are going to try this olive oil ice cream with the grapefruit. Only the ice cream. Wow, that is so tangy and refreshing.
Yeah, that's tangy. That's like an olive oil, like lemon or something. That's really good.
It's so good. Okay, I want to try just the grapefruit by itself. Wow, that is sharp. Definitely full, sharp grapefruit flavor. Now I want to try them both together.
The salted grapefruit, that's the flavor.
So you have like the creaminess from that ice cream and then the sharpness and the brightness. Wow, that is so good.
That immediately smell the wine.
Wow, that wine punches.
Yeah. That intensifies the wine in a really good way.
Woo, it makes it sweeter. Random note, there was mint on top of this. And I happened to get a bite and grab that little piece of mint.
One piece of mint.
It was literally like this big.
She took all of it.
I didn't mean to.
Good.
I wish there was more mint. That bite with the mint, you had that little bit of floral and brightness from them. It was that was the perfect bite in a dessert. Let's see if that 20-year-old recipe for a flan lives up to the hype.
She did say flan and cream.
She did say flan and cream. I'm going to
cleanse the palate with wine. Oh my god,
Wow.
that's soft.
That flan is super delicate.
You may never eat flan again.
I don't think I will. That is the most delicate bite. You know what I love about flan though? It's not just.
Oh, sorry, that came out wrong. What do you love most about flan?
Yeah, huh? No, I love, so when you make flan, in the bottom you have some water and you have a little bit of sugar. I don't know how their recipe is, but typically that's how you get the almost burnt sugar flavor that comes with flan. So they turn out that custard onto a plate and that sauce comes with it. It's so good.
Try a bite and try the wine.
I like how I try to like push down the spoon with force, like, fine.
Fine.
It doesn't work, it goes bleh.
So pillowy, it's so soft.
Wow. It brightened the wine.
Which you wouldn't expect from a flan.
No,
because
I
the flan's
didn't.
more
I didn't.
rounded and more milky, right? It's got more of that creaminess.
I would have thought that with a cherry kind of fortified wine, which means it's like a fruited wine, I would have thought chocolate would have been the best pairing with this, with the wine. That flan,
Flan.
that is the perfect,
Yep.
that's the perfect way to end your dessert. And that's the whole, okay, that is the whole point of this. This is an experience that is curated by the chef.
Yep.
And it changes seasonally, and nothing you eat here, you can't get any of that a la carte on the menu.
Probably some of the desserts, like a flan.
Maybe,
But yeah.
well, the flan for sure. But the dessert, like all of this is
Right.
curated for this experience.
That plus a sommelier curating the wine with it. It is such a...
They're a beautiful match made in heaven.
Overall, the experience definitely rated high. I would probably put it in 18. She's trying to distract me. I do not think that it is as high as Remy. Part of that was the pacing seemed a little bit off. There were times when we were rushed, there were times that we weren't, and that makes a difference, right? And then part of it was just the noise overall, and look, that's not the fault of here, right? Obviously, on a ship, quieter, less people, whatever. But this is still a high-end experience, and it sort of felt loud. Hard to hear them, which, when you want the experience, you want to hear every bit of it. So that was a little bit lower than a Remy, still an 18 out of 20. Favorite bite overall was the ahi tuna with the wine that paired with it. So good, such a combo, so flavorful. I would say second to that was the first bite we had. That was what a way to start it off.
Just give me my ring back, okay?
No.
Our server came back to the table and we chatted with her for several minutes. Very kind, very sweet. Again, such a huge shout out to Winnie. She was absolutely incredible and really helped make this experience everything that it was. So here's the thing. My favorite bite was probably one of the most simplistic things we ate. And it was the tuna, simply cut, olive oil, the ancho chilies, salt and pepper. It was just this beautiful, really well balanced, simplistic bite. It was so delicious. If I had to pick a second, I really loved our palate cleansers. The olive palate cleanser that was at the beginning was really remarkable. If I had to pick between them, honestly, that endive with the chives, the goat cheese, the orange, and a little bit of like the cherry dressing, that was probably one of my favorite bites because it was so well balanced and it was so refreshing. If you can take something that is supposed to be a palate cleanser between your bites and you can make it that remarkable, that speaks volumes about what you're offering.
Yep.
This whole meal has been absolutely wonderful. It's definitely something I would highly recommend if you're able to do it. As far as the desserts go, I'm gonna pick the flan before Duke gets to.
She's right though, the flan.
The flan is it's so silky. It's
Although we have heard rumors of a cheesecake. Like
a goat cheese cheesecake. We'll have to come back another time to try that. We are gonna enjoy the espressos that we have. We are gonna enjoy the last bits of our desserts. This has been an incredible experience. What now?
Notice her espresso cup is bigger than mine.
what matters in
Just
life.
look, just
What
look,
matters in
just
life?
look.
I mean,
No.
what matters in life?
Hers is hers.
He has the proper espresso cup, I have to say.
Just notate. I'm letting you know. All right, back to your regular schedule program.
It has been an incredible experience. We are going to enjoy our coffees. We're going to enjoy the rest of our desserts and just sit here and soak in the fact that we just relocated to Orlando. So we get to enjoy these things more often and hopefully share delightful experiences like this, not just within Disney property or other theme park properties, but also around the Orlando area. And
Exciting stuff.
yeah, it's very exciting, and we hope that you'll stick around. Cheers to you. Thank you so much for joining us, and we hope to share many more adventures and tasting experiences with you soon.
Like and subscribe below.